It's a random Tuesday night. You load into Star Citizen, run your mission of choice. You're 2 hours deep and surprisingly, you're having a great time. Then the server errors, your ship is gone, the mission failed, and all of your time and effort evaporates. Of course, you quickly hit Alt F4, post something angry on Reddit, and tell yourself you're done with the game for real this time. They're not going to get another dollar out of you until they ship this damn game. This isn't the first time you've said that to yourself, and you know you'll be back next patch, next ship sale. We've all been there. And yeah, I was there this patch too. I owe you an apology because I think in a small way, though I'm no one of consequence really, I may have helped put you there. I spent the last year making videos about how incredible this game is, how there's nothing else like it, how it's gonna change everything. And all of that is true. I'll defend every word of it. Star Citizen is all of those things. And it's more. But I left out one thing that's vitally important, and that's the thing I want to fix today. Consider this the warning label I should have given you a year ago. This video is going to get spicy. I'm going to reveal things I never have before, and if you make it to the end, you're going to get some takes. Before I get to the uncomfortable part, let's talk about why any of us are here. Because nobody puts up with all the drama and pain of an agonizing, prolonged development for a game they don't love. It's why Star Citizen's worth playing at all. There is nothing else like Star Citizen, nothing. You can wake up in a bed on a space station, walk out to your hangar, climb into your ship, fly it off the pad, watch the planets shrink behind you as you quantum to a moon you've never seen before, or maybe you've seen it 1,000 times, I guess. Fly down through the clouds, land in a canyon, and get out and walk around on the surface. All of it's seamless. There's no loading screens, no cuts. All one continuous multiplayer world with literally hundreds of other players. There's no other game on Earth that does that. Chris Roberts has been chasing this vision since the freelancer days, and CIG is the only studio that's actually pulled it off. The loading screen simulator that Starfield launched as was the best big studios could do. Even Bethesda, with all their money, couldn't get past loading screens. Who knows if they even tried? And it goes way beyond the seamlessness. In a lot of ways, Star Citizen is already simulating a functioning universe with player interdependency. You got people who haul cargo for a living, people who mine, some who salvage, and then everyone else who just lives for combat because that's what they love. Our ships aren't icons in a menu, they're real places. We walk around inside them, bring friends aboard, crew them together when one person flies and another runs the turrets, maybe somebody else is managing the power. There's no other game where you and 4 friends are physically inside the same ship, doing a different job, all while it's happening in a shared world that isn't a cheap co-op version of something. And that's the very thing that made me a Star Citizen fan in the first place. Back in 2016, I watched a Captain Shack video where the 3 of them were goofing around in their freelancer, just having fun with a ship they could board and walk around in, and laugh as things went hilariously wrong all around them. There wasn't a ton to do back in the Alpha 2.0 days. Just being in the game was mind-blowing at that time. Hell, I pledged that very week. And then there are the moments that you can't plan, the ones that only happen because it's not a scripted game on rails. Like the time we fell out of a Polaris Greycat MTC 8 kilometers above the planet and somehow survived the landing. Or the time Blaster launched his fighter at full speed when the Idris's doors were closed and we died laughing our asses off. Those are the memories that make this game pure joy. That's the whole reason any of us are here. Why the comment sections are at war about the direction of the game, why people care this much about an alpha that breaks this often, and has taken way longer to release than anyone expected. Look, I'm not blameless here. I totally helped hype this game because I'm passionate about it. Over the last year, I made video after video leaning into my love of Star Citizen. How amazing it is, how nothing compares, how you have to experience it for yourself. Some of those videos got people excited. I know they did. I have over 1,000 referrals now. But I never once said this. You just can't get attached to this game right now. It's an alpha even when I try to pretend that it's not. Oh, it's not an alpha in the marketing sense. CIG absolutely runs it as a live service game. But in the real sense, things are half-built, systems get torn out and replaced, your progress will get wiped, and when it breaks, and it will break, it hurts exactly as much as you let it. I should have put that warning on every video I made. I didn't, and that's on me. If you're gonna play Star Citizen, you need to have the right mindset or you're gonna have a bad time. You're easily frustrated or you get hopelessly addicted to games and play them obsessively, then Star Citizen is not something that I would recommend yet. For me, I've never really been a controller thrower and I'm not quick to anger. If you're the same way, it's fun to play this, but if not, there are so many games out there that there's always something else to play. I've been knee-deep in Star Wars Outlaws, The Outer Worlds 2, and RimWorld over the past month or so. There's a meme about the cycle with Star Citizen in a hate hype loop, and it's not wrong. Eventually Star Citizen will get better again and I'll be playing it pretty much nightly like I was. Maybe you know somebody like this, the guy who grinds day and night in the game and then still has a meltdown when the wipe hits, even though wipes have always been a part of this and likely still will be until we get to 1.0. The person who treats every single bug like a personal betrayal like CIG did it to them specifically. There's the "I'm done with this game forever" post from someone who I promise you is going to be back next patch. Every one of those is someone who cared too much and forgot what they signed up for. You're not wrong to love it, we all do. We just got so invested in the dream of what this is going to be that we forgot about what we're really playing today. That's passion without perspective, and it's where the pain comes from. The most frustrated people in this community are almost always the ones who care the most. That's the cruel irony of the whole thing. And listen, if any of this is hitting a little too close to home, do me a favor and hit the like button. It genuinely helps the channel. And be honest with me down in the comments. Are you actually having fun with the game right now, or are you having issues that make you miserable? No judgment. I want to know what my viewers think. I promise not to moderate the comments unless they step out of line. Some of you no doubt think I'm a CIG shill. I get that. I'm positive about a game I like and I try to avoid rage bait. But I have zero relationship with CIG. Squadron 42 Invite Saga and all the drama was fascinating to me because I never expected to be invited, and of course I wasn't. That's not surprising because I've never had any official contact with CIG. Even if I was invited, I couldn't have gone anyway because of the crazy logistics involved. I mean, I don't even have a passport anymore. It expired like 10 years ago. In fact, I've come to learn this week that I'm probably blackballed by their marketing team. Brian, aka Mac from Super Mac Brothers, pointed out that CIG specifically told him his relationship with the impound makes him pretty much ineligible for these events and ship giveaways. Makes complete sense to me, because I have that same exact relationship. I've had it pretty much since my channel started gaining traction last year. Brian's a much bigger channel than me, and he gets way more views, so if it disqualifies him, it disqualifies me. And that's almost certainly why CIG has never offered my channel a single giveaway when channels a 20th of my size have had them. I accepted that when I decided to partner with the impound. Choices have consequences. Word Gamer, for example, chose to stay in Evocati for years even though it meant he couldn't talk about what was going on, because he just loves playing the game that much. He was leaving real money on the table by not covering hot topics that were leaks just to keep playing. CIG eventually lifted that restriction so we can all talk about it, but for years that was a real sacrifice for his channel that was built on Star Citizen news. I've seen other creators make the opposite call and they're paying for it too. People who leaked something that maybe the devs themselves were fine with, but CIG leadership never signed off on, and it cost them. A dev not caring that you said something isn't the same thing as the company approving it. That's just how it works when you're dealing with a company instead of an individual. I couldn't do that at my workplace. I bet you couldn't either. So yeah, I don't regret partnering with the impound for a second. If anything, it lets me be even more authentic. And the little bit of income that the channel's made from it still outweighs whatever access I've lost. Even so, there's apparently a path back. I know of someone who took a sponsorship from a shady gold selling outfit. That same company reached out to me and I turned them down for the record because it's a line that I'm just never going to cross. And then CIG turned around and hired that person for marketing anyway. So who knows? Names have been redacted since I'm not a drama channel. If you know, you know. So given that I'm likely frozen out of a relationship with CIG, this might come as a surprise, but I'm not going to slam CIG for the state of the game right now. I'm fine if you do. Everyone has their own opinion. I just don't see any ill intent here. CIG is not sitting in a room somewhere gleefully shipping broken patches on purpose to ruin your week. What we're playing is a game that's being built in real time in public in front of all of us. We're walking around the construction site while they're still pouring the foundation. Things are gonna be broken. Not everything will be smooth in the first iteration. That's not incompetence, no matter how much some people really want to believe it is. And I see that a lot. No amount of money produces perfect results or Windows would run flawlessly and bug-free. That's what this process looks like when you develop a game out in the open instead of behind closed doors like everyone else. I would love to see the prototypes from games like GTA 6, and chances are we never ever will. The thing is, we have proof that what CIG is doing works, it's just way slower than we would like. Remember 3.18? While that patch was almost completely unplayable, they introduced persistent entity streaming and it broke the entire game for months. People were furious. It was one of the worst stretches this game has ever had. But now, EES is the reason you can leave a ship parked somewhere, log off, come back days later, and it's still sitting exactly where you left it. I mean, I love to make my own version of the Rebel fleet with my ships sitting in space next to each other somewhere in the Stanton system. That's just cool to me. And it's become so integrated, it's a core system that nobody even thinks about anymore because it just works. But I think you wouldn't have convinced a single person of that when 3.18 hit because passion usually overcomes logic. We have systems coming in right now, instancing in 4.9, Genesis Planet Tech in 4.10 and beyond, and they're going to continue to follow the same exact path. It's going to be rough today, foundational tomorrow, but there's a danger to the cycle and I'm sure CIG knows it. A lot of the biggest critics aren't trolls who've never played. A bunch of them are former backers. People who love this game as much as you do right now, got attached too hard, were burned one too many times, and flipped all the way to the other side. If you let it, the frustration can turn you into the exact person you used to argue with. I've seen it with people I respect. That's what's at stake if you go all in on Star Citizen and let the swings get to you. Every broken patch makes it worse. If there's a takeaway from the video, it's this. If you can go into Star Citizen treating it like a sandbox, expecting the jank, but playing for the moments instead of the progress bar, and laughing when it all falls apart instead of throwing your headset across the room, it's the most fun you can have in gaming when it's stable. I seriously mean that. I think this channel and my experience with the game is proof of that. But if you're logging in and you're already having a bad day, or you somehow think that the live branch isn't just as unstable as PTU because they call it live, it's going to be a problem. If you're expecting a finished, polished game, if you're attached to every single credit, an hour you put in, and you really need it to work flawlessly every time you play, it's going to make you miserable every time without fail. And only you can honestly answer which of those two players you are. But even the first type of person still has limits after all. So if you find yourself not having fun anymore, there's no shame in stepping away. None. Take a break. Go play something that's released and respects your time, and come back in a year or two when more of these systems are locked and stable. The game will still be here. It'll be bigger and hopefully better than it is today. Listen, I still believe every single thing I've said for the last year. This is the most ambitious game ever made, and there's nothing else like it. And I'll keep saying that. I just should have told you to take it less seriously while it cooks. Following this game is a roller coaster with all the ups and downs. The dream is real, it's coming, and even if the haters don't like it, it is inevitable. But it's not here yet. We'll get there. No need to rage about it. See you in the verse.